Hey, it's Cortney Hicks. Welcome to another week. We're going to get it in together. It's just me and you. And I'm here with
Tamika.
Tamika, one of my fab friends. Man, just a partner. Because we can get emotional in a minute. So
Yeah, we
stop.
will.
Start crying. But I watched her grow, and she has become like a little sister to a partner. We sit down and we collab together.
Yes,
this whole Just Me thing was her idea to kind of get me up and out and staying in front of the camera, and I just embraced it, and I just appreciate you, and we about to make a whole bunch of moves together.
Yes, we will.
And in the meeting in between, she does her thing wonderfully, might I add, on WAMU. You can check her out. When are you on?
Usually Saturdays and Sundays, from about noon to 6.
Yeah, so she's a real reporter in real life. And speaking of reporting and stories, we're well into the new year, still top of the new year, January. But there are some stories out here that I think we're going to be hearing about throughout the year, starting with this Bill Cosby thing. It's already carried over, and there's already more women coming out as he continues to tour and do the jokes. Anything he says that references alcohol or women, it's just, blown into this. Yeah. Your thoughts on that? You think that story will stick around for a while?
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm really interested in hearing what he has to say. We've heard from his wife, who's come out and said something.
And Felicia, the TV wife, not too long ago.
Yes. Yeah. So it's just, and more women are coming out. So what do you have to say? At some point, he's going to have to choose a network to go with and make his stance.
I don't know. He seems to think silence is golden for right now. I think it's doing more harm than anything.
Agree.
Yeah. Selma, 50 years. Unbelievable. And how relevant is Selma even in this day and age with all the police activity and violence and injustice? Selma just brings that point home again, that this struggle has been and continues to be ongoing. The movie is set and out, and when I say set in regards to the award season, looks like it might pick up a few awards because it's critically acclaimed, and folks are definitely doing their thing in the movie. Yeah. I had a chance to go to Selma, Alabama, and actually walk the bridge. There's a civil rights tour. I don't know if it's still ongoing, but I know this was back in the early 90s, and we went down to different parts of Alabama, including Birmingham and Selma. And if you really allow yourself to tap into that energy, it's all still there. They have a civil rights museum, and there's people there from the movement who sit down and share the story with you. And fast forward all the way to 2015 and what we're enduring now with the protests, the injustice, the police. It's so interesting how this story has come full circle, and how it just shows that these stories never really end.
Yes, and then I think we need to keep in mind, and I guess the perspective, that America is still a very young country when you look at Europe and how they're handling things in other countries. So we're still young, we're still learning, lessons, unfortunately, over and over again. But just for example, in Ferguson, movements happening there. One of the judges, she put a restraining order, extended a restraining order for the use of tear gas, and looking at the policies around it and making sure that when it's used is not to harm people and things of that nature. So I think the more that policies can be put around things like this is when we can actually see progress.
Absolutely. I think the bottom line is we are different, and there's nothing wrong with being different. Let's celebrate our differences. But in order to move through this world together, in order to move through this life together, we're going to have some understanding, and acceptance, which I like better than tolerance, because tolerance kind of brings a negative connotation, like I really don't like you, but I'm going to just deal with you. So understanding, acceptance, and compassion for what people are going through and their opinions, and to be able to coexist even when someone doesn't agree with your way of life or your way of thinking. So the whole idea of Selma and what we're going through now as a nation is so relevant and so interesting that story has come back full circle at this time. Miss Blue Ivy, honey, I'm 44. I'll be 44 next month, and I have not been to as many places on this map, this world map, that Miss Blue Ivy has been. She just recently turned 3.
Yes.
And this little cupcake has been everywhere, honey.
All over the map.
And I'm sure we'll be hearing throughout the year, as her and her parents continue to travel, of all of their their excursions. But I saw that the other day. I was like, this little chick.
Oh yes,
has been everywhere.
Yes. Have you seen her little heels? Yes,
I've seen the little heels. And everybody was on her parents very early on about the hair. I think it was a wonderful thing to just let it go. She's coming into herself, into her personality. And I heard from an inside source who attended the birthday party that Miss Blue Ivy is a little bossy.
Oh no,
she's a boss for real.
Already.
But if I can be, I love being me, and I'm still working on me, and I think we're both, we're both in progress and progressing. But if I can swap out and be anybody, I think I'd be Blue Ivy. Honey.
Yes, I do. I do Blue Ivy.
Well, those stories and more, I'm sure we're going to continue to talk about throughout the year. And again, I want to thank you so much for just taking some time to check me out as I continue to check you out and check in with you. People are asking all the time, Cortney, what are you doing? I'm doing. Here. I'm here and I'm doing. Thank you, Miss Tamika Smith.
Thank you,
for always having my back.
That's right.
And I just am honored to just share a sweet, sweet friendship with you. I know people get real fake and stuff on, but this is the real deal right here. Make sure you check her out on WAMU on
Saturdays and Sundays, noon to 6.
She's the truth, and there's not a lot of women of color doing what she does. We do. So support her and check it out. What we do. Right. I'll be back at you next week with another Just Me. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you.